Hey friends, and welcome back to When the Mask Falls. So here's the question that's been running laps in my brain all week, but much more so today. Am I too much? And I don't mean too much as in the fun, glitter-covered Beyonce strut kind of way. I mean too much in the exhausting, chaotic, hot mess, overcommitted, fried, and frazzled kind of way. The kind of too much where you're juggling so many things at once, you start wondering if maybe you're not juggling it at all. You're just throwing flame torches in the air and hoping none of them hit you in the face. That's my life. Work, Rotary, the cat rescue, invoicing, the house, the pets, the endless to-do lists. My brain is always running at full speed. I don't even know what rest looks like. And somewhere along the way, I got used to living like this. I thrive in chaos, or at least I tell myself I do. But here's the thing, and this is where the self-reflection comes in. I've realized I expect other people to keep up with me. Not consciously, not in a you better run at my speed kind of way, but it sneaks in, and I notice it because I get frustrated when someone doesn't do things as fast as I would, or how I would, or that they don't take on as much as I do. And I catch myself thinking often, why not? Why can't they do this? If I can do all of this, why can't they? I raised a kid alone and worked 2 jobs and went to school. Why can't they just come to a meeting? That is not fair to them or to me. And today's story really drove that point home to me. So, here's what happened. I started therapy again today. Now, if you've ever started with a new therapist, you know it's basically like speed dating, but with your mental health. You sit down and think, okay, here we go. Please, God, let this one get it. Please don't make me retell every single miserable story from my past. Please don't make me reopen every wound I've already stitched up. Because here's the truth. I've already done that round. I've faced the traumas. I've cried the ugly cries. I've done the work. I'm not living in the past anymore. My issues are now. They're present day. So I log into this new session right away, and I notice this man, he looks like he just rolled out of bed. His hair's all greasy. He's not clean shaven. And his whole demeanor was like he totally forgot to make an effort. Now, I also rolled out of bed this morning too, but I made the effort. You couldn't tell that I had just woke up and rolled out of bed. And here we are. Just 5 minutes in, going through the regular get-to-know-you questions, and he starts yawning. I'm sorry. Excuse me, sir. My life is not boring. My life is a circus on fire, fueled by caffeine and chaos. If you're yawning now, buckle up because it's about to get real entertaining. So I tell myself, Christina, just be patient. Don't bail on him yet. Give him a chance. Maybe it'll get better. So I start sharing. I lay it all out there. My anxiety, depression, ADHD. I tell him I am burnt out, like fried, toast, charred to the edges. I tell him about the overload with work and Rotary, the rescue, the house, just all of it. I give him the full, unfiltered picture. And then he hits me with a question. Do you think your ADHD might be contributing to how you've been feeling? What? No way. Really? Thank you so much, Sherlock Holmes. Groundbreaking insight right there. The ADHD brain that hyperfocuses until it collapses, that signs up for literally any and everything, and that can't sit still for 1 minute, yeah, that might have something to do with it. Gold star, sir. You receive a gold star today. But it gets better. He just keeps going. He asks me what coping skills work and what don't. So I'm honest. I tell him journaling helps, my post-it notes help. Meditation? No, that doesn't work. I get too bored, my mind wanders, and I start making grocery lists and wondering what else I have to do for the rest of the day. So what does he suggest? Meditation. But this time, while stretching. I just sat there and in my head I'm like, are you serious? That is not new. That's not creative. That is literally just yoga, sir. If I wanted to go to yoga, I have plenty of people in my life who either teach it or go themselves, and I would just tag along. But then, to really put the cherry on top, at the end of the session, he says, I'm worried you might be taking on too much. You could be heading toward burnout. What? Excuse me? Did you not hear me? I am already burnt out. That's why I'm here. That was literally the headline in my introduction. Hi, I'm Christina, and I'm fried. So yeah, needless to say, I won't be going back. And here's the thing. This is why so many people give up on therapy. Because when you're already exhausted, the last thing you need is to feel unseen, unheard, or like your therapist is just playing a game of Captain Obvious. So after that circus of a session, I had my Rotary meeting, which to be fair, went really well. Rotary always fills my cup, and I love the little break for instant gratification of socialization and getting to be with other humans. But right before the meeting, I realized I was super late on a huge invoice, like embarrassingly late. So my work from home day, that turned into a haul myself to the office and stay late in the evening kind of day. Because, of course it did. That's basically the theme of my life. I make a plan, the plan laughs in my face, explodes into flames, and then I scramble anyway. And somehow, I still convince myself that I can manage it all. But the truth, that's not sustainable. And as much as I joke about thriving in chaos, because chaos keeps me moving, sometimes the chaos owns me more than I own it. All day long, that therapy session echoed in my head. Not because it was great, it definitely wasn't, but because it forced me into this question. Am I too much? I know I move fast. I take on a lot. I run on overdrive. But the part I've been wrestling with is this. I expect others to match me. And when they don't, I feel let down. Like maybe they're not doing enough. But that's definitely not the reality. Because my pace, let's be honest, it isn't normal. And it definitely isn't healthy. And it isn't fair to expect everyone else to keep up with me. That's like expecting the dog to act like the cats. There's different wiring, different instincts, and different needs. And what happens when I project my too much onto other people? They feel like they're not enough, like they can't measure up, and that is not who I want to be or how I want to make others feel. So here's the learning part. I'm realizing that my expectations aren't always reality. My version of normal isn't everyone else's version of normal, and it shouldn't be. So what do I really need to work on? And what do I want in my life? I want to learn to slow down. I want to learn to say no without feeling guilty. I want to learn to focus on myself without feeling like I'm failing everyone else. And let me tell you, that's terrifying because my whole identity has been wrapped up in being the fixer, the organizer, the helper. Saying no feels like I'm letting people down, and slowing down feels like I'm falling behind. But maybe, just maybe, it's actually growth. Maybe it's learning to respect my own limits and respect the limits of the people around me, too. So, this is me. overthinking out loud again, but also learning to see how my actions affect others, learning that my expectations aren't always reality, learning that sometimes fair doesn't mean equal, it means respecting capacity, both mine and theirs. So if you've ever felt like you're too much, you are not. And if you've ever felt like you're not enough because someone else was sprinting faster, you are enough. And to the people in my life who I have made feel like I expected too much, this is me saying I see it now. I'm sorry, and I am working on it. So yeah, therapy may have been a dumpster fire today, but it gave me this, a chance to stop, reflect, and grow. So how was your day? Hopefully less chaotic than mine. But even if it wasn't, we're all just figuring it out. One sarcastic therapy session, one missed invoice, and one messy learning curve at a time. Thanks for listening. Till tomorrow.